널 기다렸어.
So he's like, okay, I'm going to try to win this off on Nidus. That didn't work either. He was further stuck on the roaches because he committed even more of his tech down that path, and then he just couldn't keep up with the bio, and there you have it.
Maybe if they were at cross spawns, he could have had some kind of transition point where he's like, okay, I made these roaches for the defense. The drop wouldn't have come as fast, right? So he could have defended better against that. He wouldn't have had to commit to the roach composition, and things would have been better. But in those positions, too, on that map, even though it's big, it's pretty close.
All right, well, we're going into Cure's last game of the first round robin. He'll be up against TY. So TY playing 2 games in a row. It's also TY's last game. A win here would put him 5-0. They have a perfect first round robin. Narrowly securing his spot going forward into the round of 16. And I gotta say, like, with how TY's playing, he beat Cure in the GSL round of 4. This is the revenge match for Cure. He potentially could get revenge here. But I'm gonna have to vote TY right now. He's looking godlike, even though it's his away map. It's Dust Towers.
Anyone in their right mind is going for TY at this point. Let's go into Dust Towers for Cure versus TY. Here we are on Dust Towers. I'll say it again. Very common map for the entire day. People comfortable on this map. This is Kier up in the top right. One of the Terran players. He's in the red.
And down in the blue, his opponent is 4-0 in the group. Looking to close out the first round robin perfectly. TY.
TY is trying to follow in the footsteps of his older brother Flash and look as unimpressed as possible every time he takes a win.
Yeah. I mean, he is a new replacement Flash, essentially, although he's even better already than Flash was in StarCraft 2 ever. Like, right now, I think he's surpassed anything Flash ever did. And even before Flash retired, he was miles ahead. Flash has gone to his old Brood War thing. That's fine. He's a god of both games. Very successful in StarCraft 2. People are like, well, he was never as good in StarCraft 2 as he was in StarCraft 1. I'm like, yeah, but he was still, like, really good.
You don't need to win championship after championship to be known as quote-unquote good.
He defeated champions in Pro League consistently and was one of the reasons why KT was so successful in Pro League. In individual leagues, not so much, but this is actually, as we go into an individual league right now, this format is very similar in best of ones that matter a lot. Not as... not every best of one is like less prepared for, obviously, than just one single best of one that you play in Pro League. But I feel like a lot of people criticize Flash in StarCraft 2, and yeah, obviously his StarCraft 2 results pale in comparison to his StarCraft 1 results, where he was a Bonjour essentially.
Yeah, and that part of the reason is because he was a Bonjour, right? It's kind of hard to live up to that name.
It's like,
right?
I mean, it wasn't. A lot of people would argue he was. Some people would argue he wasn't, because he and Jaedong were like almost so even with each other at times, but. He's just a god, and everyone respects that. And I think he has a bigger reputation than Jaedong just because of the quirkiness that he had, like his ruler, measuring his monitor height, his mouse pad.
The eye twitch.
The eye twitch, the taping of the mouse pad.
Kept winking at you, Wolf, every single day.
He's always winking at me. Well, these builds are fairly similar. Just looking at it, obviously a one-base play so far from Curry is committing more towards a push, and I think we're going to see a drop out of that starport. It's just going to like drop Hellions in the back and Marines at the front, or Marines in the back and Hellions at the front. He's going to do one of those. I'd say one of the weaker maps for it, because the backdoor base is protected by, you can't just walk into it. Whereas on a map like Overgrowth, for example, you can bring your Hellions up to the front and poke at the drones and harass the units, and then also drop Marines into the mineral line. And he's going to bring a Widow Mine with this. And if TY defends this, like if he gets wind of this and just kind of doesn't sustain much damage, he's obviously going to be ahead because he has 2 CCs. And he's already got units spotting for this kind of play. And going to go up and check right now with the Reaper and the SCV. SCV sees the Hellion, which is not that indicative of anything. This is very well hidden by Cure so far. Dropping his own CC again, obviously later.
I like the fact that he's going for a bit of a wonky one here. Dust Towers is a map where you get the back door. You fast expand, right? But Cure trying to mix it up and trying to get some early damage to get ahead of his very strong opponent in TY. See if it works out. I mean, there's a Cyclone and a Viking on the way.
TY still hasn't scouted okay, but he's about to. What's up coming his way. Doesn't scout the CC timing. This could still just be a faster CC with a cloak coming over around this time. Oh, but sees the drop now. And as soon as that Cyclone and Viking comes out, this gets shut down hard. He will get very few SCVs here, I would say. Look at this. What a Mind gets one Marine. Viking already on this, gets targeted, but the Cyclone should clean it up.
Oh, you missed targeted there, but the medevac actually just gets focused down and, yeah, okay. Gets totally shut down.
I think what happened there was he was trying to click his Marines on the medevac to get them back inside, but he accidentally clicked over the medevac, so they were on move command, and then the SCVs stopped them from even moving. That could have done a little bit more damage. Scouts how late this CC is.
Oh, man.
And he already has a Cyclone, a second Cyclone about to pop. The only thing I don't know if he has is scans. His cloak is about to finish. He doesn't have any turrets. Okay, he's about to have one. He has one and a half, basically. Look at this. He's just going to make a depot here. He's like, yeah, I mean, Pros is trying to put pylons everywhere else, make depots to spot.
See if he makes those sensor towers, too.
Okay, it's the Banshee should be able to escape.
Well, he's got double. Well, not. Well, he doesn't commit to it. Okay. Does not get the kill on the Banshee. Is going to have to go for another scan here if he wants to take it out.
Should have one, though.
Yep, he's got one ready.
And going to use it. Banshee still gets 3 kills. The second Banshee doesn't have an answer for it yet, but there is a Raven coming up. Oh, God, even delays that third CC and is stopping mining. TY is wrecking this group, okay? Like, I feel like I'm being too calm about this. I'm like, what is, like, the domination we're seeing is just out of control. Like, he's making it look like he's like, I can't believe you guys even made me play challenge. I can't believe you even said I had to play against 5 other people in a group. Did you see how well I did in the GSL? Did you see how well I did last year in Star League? Yeah, I have a scan perfectly. My Cyclones are position. You should just GG now, Cure. You should just GG now.
Part of me is surprised that he doesn't, you know, because there's so many games that every one of these players has to play. But again, a lot on the line. I understand.
Anything can happen in a mirror matchup.
You know, I just want to echo your point. Like, I thought he was going to be the #1 guy, maybe get 7-3, 8-2. I didn't expect this level of dominance. I didn't expect 10-0 level, because that's definitely the road we're heading down.
If he gets 10-0, I will take him out tonight, okay? Like, because my coach is like, no, we have practice.
10,
I'm like, no. I'm like, I will take you out tonight, too. I'm like, what other KT players are here? Like, Lucira just came to watch. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Tasteless shows up. He's like, I heard you guys were drinking. He's like, let's go out.
Roddy's here? I'm like, I guess we're going to the club. Like, when did you get here, Roddy? I mean, this is like...
Yeah, it's something to be celebrated for sure if he gets 10-0.
If he goes 10-0, I can't even think of that ever happening. Like, this format hasn't really existed in StarCraft 2 yet.
Zesh sees it as a challenge and tries to do it in his harder group.
He's like, yeah, Mario, I know that you went 11-0 in regular season, but I did it all in one day, and I didn't even prep for each best of one.
Whoa, this is
super aggro. He needs to retarget those. Okay, there he goes.
Okay, 2 free tanks, 2 free medevacs. He loses nothing, and he just backs off. He can repair.
Kerr's like, oh,
all he's got to do is follow-up push from here. He's done way too much damage.
He's long-distance mining from this base because he can't he can't even control that yet. By the time this CC, I think the 4th one he was trying to make, or 5th, he had to cancel before, is going to come back down here, and by the time he lands it, I think he's going to lose it. The Cyclones, I think, just went back for a repair job, and they're going to rejoin with this. I think he can actually just break this. Marine goes down. He scans, and he's looking for another avenue.
He's going to try to use the medevacs to spot, but Vikings in the sky do take him out.
That Marine got one shot off.
Yeah, TY's just, he has to find the angle, and once he does, this is over.
He might even Seeker Missile here. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised. Drop some auto turrets either way. Here come the Cyclones. One's repaired up. He scans and he's like, oh my god, I'm so dead.
TY is not overcommitting. I like how he's going for the slow push. Second these buildings lift, he just attacks them with the Vikings.
That combat shield is very vulnerable. He's going to commit to the tank with these Cyclones, though. SCV's slow on the repair. But he actually does get it off.
Yeah, repair comes in, and in fact, TY takes a lot of damage. Doesn't quite find all that much either.
If he can just kill one more of these tanks, he can actually lift his own tanks up. But he has to kill that tank first and get his Marines in there to protect them. Cure is ahead in upgrades right now, by the way. He has the +1 attack. He's starting +2. All right, TY is going to commit his tanks in here. Ooh. He wants that combat shield. There's the scam, but still out of range.
Oh, man.
Denying the medevacs here. He's going to use Marines. He may lose both.
His gets denied!
He loses both the Marines and the combat shields.
Oh, no.
I think TY has scared these other players, man, into not even playing at their full potential. Like,
in a way. I mean, he's got star power at this point. Very recognizable name. When you see him in your group, you're like, oh, damn, I got to practice for this guy.
Yeah, he gets out, casually walks away. Yeah, loses some units here, but still a big win. Okay, maybe staying a bit too long. Still going to get this Viking, though. Oh! Oh, my God. I don't think you can commit to this. Okay. This is, like, freaking me out. I'm like, well, I mean, he's got, like, twice as much stuff. Look at this. What is even happening? Kerr just lets this happen. He has more units there. Now he sees these drops. I guess he was probably heading down to defend those. Now he's going to send some units here, but he escapes. That one Viking is like...
The medevac died. And here we go, dropping to the back door, and I don't think there's any way Kier can respond to this. Way too much damage. He comes, overcommits to the defense at the front.
He has one response, Valdez. I think it's to type GG.
GG. It's coming. I can feel it, Wolf.
Like, look at the mini-map. He can't even move out. He can't touch TY in this game.
TY's got a 4th base.
TY's like,
yeah, whatever.
I wanted to kill that siege tank, but I guess I'll just kill your 3rd base's mineral line instead. TY's like, I want some more money.
And in fact, TY does have to back off for now, just because he hasn't regrouped. He's got a much bigger army, don't get me wrong.
He has, like, a small deficit in upgrade, like, research time. And... like, if he fought head-on into Cure's 2-2 with the tanks sieged up, he wouldn't win the fight, but he's obviously not going to do that. I think he's going to continue to hit the main and start hitting those production facilities. He might even do, like, a Doom Drop on top of the barracks just to close it out, cut off the head.
That'd be a nice way to go. He's got 7 medevacs at this point, so he could definitely get the majority of his units in there, maybe keep some tanks in the low ground and eventually ferry them up.
Cure did finally get his combat shields. TY still doesn't have his. That's another thing that's missing.
Yeah, about to finish up here.
Yeah. Like
Long
5 seconds.
So, coming in here, got some tanks floating around for Cure. Combat shields finishes up. And now is when TY makes his move. He's going to start a soft contain.
This is what TY does. He's like, I want to go 5-0. Let's just be safe.
He's going for the 10-0, man. He knows he's got this one. He's just like, you know, I just need to make sure.
He wants to MVP black this group, man.
Yeah, undefeated.
Well, Cure, like, has nothing in his hand.
Dude.
Like, he has no cards in his hand. Okay, like, he has no resources to work with. He has nothing he can accomplish here.
TY's got aces. Cure's got nothing. He's folded already.
High-sec auto-tracking! High-sec auto-tracking on his turrets. He's like, no, you will never, ever leave this base. He's like torturing Cure. He's like, no, you.
He's playing with his food, man. He's just playing around now.
He's like, I won't kill you. You have to either attack into me and die or just leave.
Tanks dropping in the main.
This is actually just almost comical at this point. Look at the SCBs sitting to the top left. You have a whole wall of turrets. Look at this.
Wow.
Korean commentators just found out. I'm like, no, I've been watching this on the main map for a long time, okay? And these are high-sec auto-tracking turrets, so they're going to be even more powerful. This is almost a diss. That one Marine's like, I can divide your turrets. I'm like, no,
TY beat him once. TY beat him once. He wants to destroy his soul the second time. I suppose he already did something like that. Wasn't it like a 4-1 in the semifinals?
Yeah, I think it was a 4-1.
So
I can't remember exactly, but I think you're right. There's only 12 turrets, which is pretty moderate for TY, but he'll add some more soon. What was that CC even thinking? Okay, he's going to commit!
Here he goes! Massive concave for TY. He's got 2-2. These tanks aren't even sieged up.
Oh, disgusting! Oh, close your eyes. I hope there's no children watching at home. That's it.
That one kid who's downstairs, I hope he's left the building.
GG.
TY takes the massive victory over Cure. Sits back in his chair. He's not impressed.
5-0 in the first round robin.
And that makes him the massive favorite, obviously, to get out of this group and first. So Cure, he was doing all right, but he takes a loss there against TY. Not exactly what he wanted. He already lost